Hello everyone and welcome to my Flosstube channel, Coco Creates. I'm Zoe and unfortunately Coco is not up here with me. She has abandoned me, so only me today. I may re-record this intro if she comes upstairs. We will see. Hello everyone and welcome to my Flosstube channel. So Coco Creates. I'm Zoe and this is Coco. And this is my channel all about my cross stitching, what I've been up to this last month of July. This is my July review. Hopefully this video won't be too much of a long one because I haven't had worked on that many different projects, but yeah, so we shall see. But yeah, so this is my channel all about my cross stitch and sort of, I would say occasionally like other things like knitting and crochet, but I don't actually think I've spoken about any of those for many months now. So it's pretty much just a cross stitch channel really, and I have a bit of August plans in there as well, and then a bit of a life update at the end. Sort of a usual order of operations. But yes, it's quite muggy and like humid today, so I've got the fan on. Like I said, hopefully it's okay with the noise. But yes, let's crack on. We are in July now, so second half of the year. I have, as you can see, there's lots of empty spaces in here. I haven't stitched on that as many days of the month as I'd wanted. I only stitched on 22 of the days this month. There's a lot of gaps. So I've been really struggling with the heat. So partly because of my condition, it means not only can I not really regulate my temperature with the heat, but it means that my blood pressure is likely more likely to be a bit out of sync, so I had to spend a lot of time lying down, and I haven't quite perfected the art of cross stitching while lying down yet. So yeah, lots of not stitchy time this month. But you know, I reached my 3 main goals of the month, which is the main thing. So we shall start with those as we always do. My first project is my Amazing Animal Kingdom. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs chart from Amy Stewart, and I started this at the back end 2019, so I've had this one a little while going now, and this is the project that I have on my WIPGO board. So WIPGO is the brainchild of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and all of my squares are related to this one project, but each square is a different number of stitches to do on it. So this month the numbers called were the numbers called 5 and 8, or were they the numbers that were on the numbers that were called? I think it was a 500 and 800 were the two stitchy numbers that were called, because I think this month is one of the lowest stitchy months that I've had on it, with just 1300 stitches. Yeah, even I think February was 1500, and prior to this that was my lowest. So this is my smallest month of stitching, and I did reach my 1300 stitches. So I did 1310 stitches in this across 3 days. Yeah, so we were right at the tippity top of the stripe on this one. So I work in 20 stitch diagonal stripes, and we have reached the bottom of the top shelf. So this is the final shelf that I've just got into, which now means that we have all 4 shelves on my diagonal, which is very exciting. It's an exciting milestone to have. And yeah, and animal wise, I think we just had a little bit more of the cheetah put in, and since the cheetah is mainly spots, it was a lot of confetti in this one. So lots of, you know, a couple of stitches here and there, and then parking, then a couple more, and yeah, so lots of confetti on this part. I've already looked at my numbers for August, and this, did I write it down in here? No I didn't. But yeah, so you can see pictured, the numbers drawn were 19 and 23, and this is a test of my memory. I think we're looking at about 3,500 stitches for this one. Yeah, 1900 and 1600 with the 2 numbers pulled. So that's 3,500 stitches this month. And looking at the numbers that are left, I think that's going to be sort of my lowest month from what's left. Most of the numbers that are left to be pulled are above the 2,000 mark now. So I think my sort of highest ones still on there are like 2,800, 2,600. I did have a quick add up of the stitches that were left, and my average for the last 4 months, September is going to be just over 4,000 stitches in each month, so it's going to be a lot heavier on this one towards the end of the year. You know, which, okay, you know, I knew that was the risk when I put the numbers in that I did, that I would have some very small months and some very big months, so there we go. So then next up, I moved on to next of my 3 main goals, which is my woodland stocking. Yes, hello. So this is Christmas in the Woods, Stony Creek Collection, book 480, and this is the stocking that I'm doing here. And I started at the bottom and I'm working my way up in sort of 20 stitch ish, 20 stitch chunks, all the way up with the goal that I will get this finished by the end of the year. This month we did have an animal, well sort of, we had part of an animal this month, so let me pick this one up. Trying to drop it. So here is where we are. So yeah, this month, let me try and roll this back up so it's not swinging around as much. There we go. So this month we basically we're just doing where the antlers were. So this sort of strip across here, part of the spruce tree and some antlers. That was it. So it wasn't too bad a month. It was actually quite a nice quick month, mainly because there wasn't that many colour changes. You know, it was a lot of kind of picking one shade of green, working all the way along, and then picking the next shade of green, working all the way along, you know. So yeah, so it wasn't as many colour changes in this month. But yeah, and I did go a little bit above my line, just because I wanted to finish stitching the antenna. I haven't finished back stitching the antlers. I haven't finished back stitching the antlers yet because I need to put in the background, but I've finished all the cross stitch for those. So and that was 2,084 stitches that I put into that one. Oh, let's pop that back down. And where are we? So next month, this month, August, we'll have a bit more of this, and I think we're just going to get to the bottom edge of this chipmunk. So yeah, just the bottom half of the chipmunk, and just the tail of the female cardinal there. So yeah, and then some more background all the way along. Now I am getting a little bit nervous with this project because I'm getting quite low on the fancy floss colour that is with it. So which one is it? Is it the Pamlico colour, which is the one that's used in in the tree trunk and then in the branches here. I am getting very short on that. Yeah, it's going to be a toss-up as to whether I've got enough of that one. I know I already did run out of the white and I had to buy more white, so yeah, it may be that I'm going to be cutting it fine with that one. So I think this month's section does have a good bit of that colour in, so it's probably got about half of what's left in this month's section. So I'm going to see how I get on and how much I'm going to have left, and if I'm not going to make it or I'm cutting it too fine, I will be able to pick up another skein of it, hopefully from Talking Dog Stitcher at the September retreat. I'm hoping it'll be a close enough match, like dialogue wise, but but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I might have to like use, you know, a strand of each sort of, and kind of cherry pick a little bit. But yeah, but I am hoping that it'll be enough. Now, the next thing that I'm looking at with this chart is where the name is. So obviously it comes with the alphabet and you chart it up. Now I've tried charting this and I've charted it 2 ways. So one way is with 1 space between each of the letters, and another way I've done it with 2 spaces between each of the letters, and I can't decide which one looks better. I've even tried flipping a coin and that didn't even help, so I'm not too sure yet, but I do have until November for that. You know, I've got August, September, October, all this stitching here, so I don't get to do that part until November, so we'll have to wait and see. I might pop up the 2 here and see what people think, but yes. So that is that part done. Oops. So then my final monthly goal that I have is on my Christmas market sale. So this is by Country Cottage Needleworks, and the piece I worked on this month was the mulled cider stand, which is down here. So here is where I am all together, and yeah, and it was this one down here that I worked on this month. So let's try not to stab myself with a needle. Let's try that again. So here we go. Mulled cider stand. There's piles of apples on it, and a jug with a couple of glasses, and this person here holding a glass with a red scarf on. So yeah, I think the only thing I did different to the pattern was in the scarf. I don't know if you can see it, quite possibly not. I will put a photo in. Is instead of doing crosses for the scarf, I did basically just filled it with half crosses, so that it kind of looked a bit more like fabric, like knitted fabric. But yes, so that's where we are up to. So I finished that one, which means we're still on track. That was 1,918 stitches into that, and I did remember the berries this month again, so yeah, I'm getting good at that. But yeah, in terms of the next piece for this, I haven't got it up here. So I got the next section delivered from Megan, but then I haven't actually brought it upstairs. So I can't show you what's next, and I can't remember what the next piece is, so it shall be a surprise for both of us. But yes, and then I did have this on the pile to show you as well. I did post a photo on the community tab, but I did finish putting the extra stitches into these strawberries, so I'm hoping they look more strawberry-ish now. But yes, so now I just need to actually, you know, do something with it. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to frame it or do like a cushion with it or something, I don't know. So that was my 3 main goals, which meant that took us to the middle of the month, 16th, which meant I then got to pick out my WIPopoly board. So I will pass over to Pastor Zoe and the little videos, and we shall watch those so you can see what I rolled and what I got up to. Hello everyone, so I've finished my are you eating that? That's not food. No thank you. No. Showing everyone how naughty you are. Yes, and to miss. Right, anyway, we are, don't eat this corner either, oh my god. Okay, right, WIPopoly. So I've done my goals for the month and we're on to my WIPopoly board. Let's see where we were. I'll just pop these cards out under there. Just in case no one had sort of noticed it, I use a like a magnet, like a needle minder for my little token. So I use it to wedge other things underneath to keep them safe and away from, you know, nosy noses. But yes, so let's see what we're going to be working on first this month. 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's an odd roll, so 7. That is mini tea time, which I actually finished last month. So we'll have to roll again. So we've got 7 so far. Oh, and 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is the wonders of the solar system, but I don't know if you can see, I've already landed on that one because there's a little house there. So it means I won't be working on that one either. That's another reason why I use a magnet as well, because it means little miss can't steal it. Right. So yeah, so I won't be working on that one either. So for our third roll, let's see, double 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So that is a workable square. Oh, is it stuck? Oh, can Coco not get it? Oh no. So you have your own toys to play with. Right, anyway, where was I? So ship in a bottle. I have not worked on that piece, and I do believe that is a piece that's on my list of WIPs that I didn't work on last year either, which is very good. So how many stitches have we got? So we need to add that up. So we had a 7, an 11 and a 6. And so what is that? That's 24. So this will be 2,400 stitches to put into this one, which will be a nice chunk. So shall we go get it? Right, so here it is. Oh, let's pull it out the project bag. So this is the printout. So this is a Maria Brovko piece, Cute Patterns by Maria, and yeah, are you eating it again? She's in a very chewy mood this morning. It does say C in a bottle there. I keep calling it ship in a bottle. In all fairness, there is a ship in the bottle, but there's also the rest of the sea in there. So we've got an orca, sea turtles, fish, shells, all sorts. So this one, I think I've only started on the very bottom, and this is on a piece of 32 count, maybe? No, maybe 28. It's a just a random piece of fabric that I had in my stash. But yeah, so you see I started right at the bottom, and I've basically just done the shadow, or part of the shadow that sort of comes around here. So yeah, so hopefully we will actually be able to work on, you know, something that's not shadow. So I might try and work on these shells, maybe onto the water if I want a bit of a change. But yeah, so that would be nice. It's done. So yeah, so 2,400 stitches will be a nice chunk in this, and let's see how long it takes. Hi everyone, so we're back. It is now Monday, the something 20th, I think. It's the Monday after whatever the day I said that the last bit was from. So here we are, and we have done well, I have done 2,407 stitches, and there we go. So let me grab the pitch again. So I have pretty much finished all of these shells down here. I think I've just noticed that there's a couple of stitches here that I haven't done, but give or take, that's all of the sandy shells finished. And I did just start on the back stitch here. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but the back stitch, I think Maria does this on a lot of her charts. First of all, it's not one colour, and secondly, it's not all the same number of strands either. So I've got some of it that's one strand, some of it that's 2 strands. I think there's 4 different colours of back stitch just in this one shell. So yeah, so it gives a lovely effect, but it is a little bit sort of time consuming to do, so I thought, well, I would do some of that while I was there. So yeah, so that is my 2,400 stitches done. And did I check to see what percentage it was? No, I didn't. Wait, please hold. Okay, so I just checked, and yeah, we're just over 30% complete now with that. This has a lot less stitches in than I thought. I think it's got about 11,000. I was working off of the PDF, but I did pop it into Pattern Keeper at the start of this round, so that's how I know how many stitches there is. And to be fair, I mean, this bit here is, you know, is quite a decent portion, considering obviously all we've got then is this water, because this, apart from like this little bit of grey here, it's all blank space. You know, sort of one line of stitches there, you know, a couple of chunks here. So yeah, so a lot of the design is there at the bottom. It's quite deceptive, like how big it looks compared to where the stitches are. So yeah, so I'm almost a third of the way through already. But yeah, I don't know what I was going to say after that, but I've forgotten, so it can't have been important. So let's see what we are going to be working on next. And where are we? Oh, it was up there somewhere. So let's see. 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's a chance. You know, I was just thinking, after I did my last set of rolls, I thought, oh, that worked quite well. I didn't land on a chance or anything all the way around there. So until now. Okay, right, let's see. So it is, oh, turn it around. Advance to the nearest utility. There we go. So where is my next one? I think it's all the way over there. So that is the trash collector, and that is for my smallest whip. So which is my current smallest whip? I've got a feeling it's one of the two that is just, you know, that I was hoping to have a finish on. So let me double check on my spreadsheet and we will see. Okay, yeah, so no surprises. My smallest one is, I probably should have took this out before I press play again. There we go, is the Mini Village. Obviously, I think it's the only project I have left with Mini in its name. So there we go. This is the March one, and this is where I am up to. So yeah, I think these are normally about sort of 3,200 stitches each. I'm nearly halfway. So obviously to get to the halfway mark, I would need to do a person and a tree and a bit of the floor. So I'm probably about 40% of the way left. So yeah, I'm hoping to get this one finished maybe this month. We'll see. But I've only got a 5 there to do, so it's only 500 stitches, but we'll see where 500 takes us, and hopefully we'll get to the halfway mark. But yes, so see you in a little bit. So welcome back. We're on Thursday, the 23rd. So I've checked the date this time, and I've just finished my 500 stitches this morning. I had a few more stitches to put in. I've not took out the Q-snap, sorry, but you can see that I have finished that tree in there, and these little flowers here, and then I basically worked the grass along there and just finished off the door frame. But yeah, so not too bad, just over about halfway, I think. I've got a couple of clouds left to put up here, and you know, the people there, and obviously the word, you know, the month name, to fully finish that half. Obviously I've done those bits, so it'll balance out. So yeah, so got those 500 done. So let's see what I've got next for the month. Oops. What's that? That's a 4, so that's 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Community chest. Let's see, where are my community chest cards? They're the orange ones. Whoops. So these are these ones, and we have Crafty Inheritance. So 100 stitch reduction. It's off my my next whip. So let's see what it's going to be. So that is a 4. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that is my one of the cab companies. I don't think I've landed on one of these yet on this round, but these ones are a speed run. So basically, instead of doing the number of stitches I rolled, what I do is I roll one dice, and then that's the number of hours I'm going to stitch for, and we'll see how many stitches I get done in the hour. And I think instead of choosing a new whip, I'm going to continue to work on my mini village, since I am hoping to get it finished you know, soon. So let's see how many hours we are going to be stitching on it. Oh, just the one. Okay, well, I might not get that much done in an hour, but we shall see. So obviously I can't take 100 stitches off an hour, so that will just go back in into the pile, and I won't have used that one. But yes, so I will see you in an hour. So yeah, and let's see if I manage to get a house built in that time or not. Okay, so we're back after doing my hour of stitching. So I set a timer on my phone for the hour and stitched, and this is where we are. So pretty much we got that house built. So I literally just started on the front door when the timer went. So yeah, apart from the door, so people can break in, but you know, but the rest of the house is all built, and that was 267 stitches that I managed to do in the hour, which for something so tiny, I mean, like, look at the size of my finger. There's so many stitches in there. But yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cut that bit out because I basically just talked to myself in a circle for about 3 minutes. But what I decided was I'm not going to do another roll on my WIPopoly board this month, because we are coming towards the end of the month, and I have got a lot planned sort of this last week in terms of how much I'll be able to stitch. And I did originally say at the start of the month that I wanted to, you know, I'd had a lot of finishes, like one finish almost every month this year, and I wanted to continue that. So I think what I might do is actually continue with this for the rest of the month and see. So I've had a quick look at the chart, and I sort of tried to estimate how many stitches I've got left to do. And I've got this house here, so I've got this one house and the tree and a bit more of the grass. Oh, sorry, the tree there, which isn't very many stitches, the people, and then the word March and a couple of clouds. So looking at the square, like just counting up like the 10 by 10 blocks on the chart, I've probably only got what, like 1,500 stitches maybe left to do. I know there's like 600, 700 on the house, and then probably a couple of hundred for the grass, maybe 100 for the tree, you know, so we're probably looking at somewhere maybe only about 1,200 stitches left to do on this. And I think that's doable between obviously now and the end of the month. I would say you'll have to wait and see, but as you're watching this all strung together, you'll only have to wait like approximately 12 seconds. But you know, waiting nonetheless, it gives you enough time for, I don't know, a sip of tea or wine or whatever you're choosing to drink while watching me. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, okay, so I will see you soon. Welcome back. So the question is, did I get it finished? Da, 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 da. Yes, I did. We are all done with March. So yeah, are we? Yes. For a minute I thought I'd miss these flowers out, but no, they're in as well. So we have March all finished. Got my little people there. The other houses. The light has sort of moved around a bit now, so I'm like in the shadow. But yes, so all finished for this one. So that is the third of this series done now, and I'm ready for to start April at the September retreat. When I go in September, I suppose we'll be keeping up that tradition because why not? But yes, I'm still looking for a little frame that I can finish these in. So how I'm planning on finishing these is sort of let's try and do a foldy up. There we go. Sort of finishing them, backing them onto like a, almost like you would a flat fold, you know, backing them onto a bit of mount board like that, with another piece with like a coordinating fabric. So for this one it would probably be a green, or I don't know, something. So for like a border, and then having that with some magnets on the back so that I can magnetise that onto a actual picture frame, so then I will be able to change it out every month. But I'm struggling to find a picture frame that's kind of the dimensions that I would want, and it's quite a neutral colour so that it would fit all 12 of these, you know, that it wouldn't clash with any of them. So yeah, I'm still on the lookout for like a oddly shaped frame, that then yeah, I can just sort of pop the glass out and mount a couple of magnets on the back of each of these, and then the magnets on the frame, and then I can sort of swap each one out as the month goes. But obviously I'm nowhere near finishing stitching these, so I'm not really in a hurry as to finding that frame. I'm sure I will come across one in my travels somewhere, you know, popping into different shops, or maybe it's like a charity shop or something. So I've got the dimensions written in my phone, so if ever I do come across some frames somewhere, I can look, because there's a few other finishes I've got that I want frames for as well that are kind of a bit of an odd size. So I did actually find my box of finishes the other day, that aren't fully finished yet, so the box of finishes waiting to be fully finished. I might have to do another video of me going through that box, because there was definitely bits in there that I was like, oh, I forgot I'd stitched that, and you know, or other moments where I was like, oh yeah, I wondered where that had gone, and it's just I put it in the box and then completely forgotten about it. So yeah, I might have to do a separate video going through all that and getting your guys' help with what I can do to finish it all, because I don't have the wall space to frame everything, and also like trying to picture how I would sort of soft finish some of them. I can't quite, my imagination's not quite that good at the minute, so I'm looking at them thinking like, I wouldn't know how else to finish this. So yeah, so I might have to have a little sort of video with everyone to try and give me some ideas. But yes, so I actually only worked on that village for 4 days, and that was that piece done. That was all done. And then we got to the end of the month, so we're on about the 30th of this month, and I thought I did and ah with whether to roll again on my WIPopoly board now, and I'd had quite a busy day already on the 30th. I thought, oh no, I thought, because now I'm like, if I end up rolling the big number, or sort of having to like roll multiple times to find a spot, I'm not going to have time to smush that roll into the last of the month. And I had recently been sorting out a few things, and I'd found a bunch of my old like little freebies that come with the magazines. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pick one of them up and stitch it. Like, why not? So yeah, I spent the last couple of days of the month stitching this one. Now this one I actually picked up at the retreat. Someone had popped it on the table as a freebie, and I love my sunflowers, so obviously this one had to come home with me. But yeah, so it's You Are My Sunshine in a sunflower, and this is, it came from the World of Cross Stitching. The only date I've got on it is 2025, which is the copyright date, and that it's a Doreen Jones one. But yeah, so I picked this up. All the kit was in there, so apart from a needle, but I have needles. So yeah, so I spent the last couple of days stitching it, and I finished it. So this was 1,350 stitches. It was a very nice round number, a suspiciously nice round number. I think I may have counted wrong, but there we go. It's all finished and all back stitched in. Now on this kit, it does have it finished like onto a little card. I mean, this is going to be for me, so I won't finish it on card. I'm thinking of sort of cutting it into a circle, and maybe backing it with a bit of felt and a little bit of ribbon, and just having it as a little ornamenty, hangy thing that I can just sort of pin up somewhere. But yes, so that was that one. That was kind of like a start and a finish that I had at the end of this month. And as proof that I don't hate Ada, because this was stitched on a 14 count Ada, but look at how floppy, and it's not just because I've worked on it, this is how it came out the packet. Look at how flippy floppy this Ada is. This was lovely to work on. It was so nice and easy on my hand. I wasn't having to grip the needle to force it through the holes. I don't even think there's any sizing on this, like looking at the feel of it and the holes, there's no sizing blocking the holes. It just feels like a piece of fabric, so this was really nice to stitch on. So yeah, I will be definitely looking for some of the other World of Cross Stitching kits to pull the little bits of Ada out and do those projects. But yes, so that's my little sunflower for summer. But yes, so and this I've got a few extra threads and the chart, but this will be going back to the retreat to pass on to the next person that would like to stitch it. So yes, but yeah, so technically that meant I did have 2 finishes this month. I know my goal was to have 1 finish because I've had now a finish every month apart from January, and then two this month, so I'm a month ahead of my finishes. Well, I suppose not really a month ahead, I've had 7 finishes for the 7 months. So but yes, and like I said, my next closest to a finished project will be my Little Fox, which is the A Year in the Woods Sal piece, and I think that's probably close enough to a finish that I could get it done. You know, we'll see. I think there's only about 1,500 stitches left on it, so I might manage to get it done in August. But then I'm now at a place where that's the closest to a finished piece I have. Like, none of my other pieces are anywhere near a finish. So yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. I think my next nearest to a finish, I think I'm looking at about 8,000, 6,000, 8,000 stitches left, and that's sort of only really doable in a month. Like, if I only stitch on that in a month, and I do find the longer I have a project out, the less stitching I do on that project. So I do like topping up my projects more. But yeah, you know, we'll definitely get that one finished this year. And there we go. So that's it. That's all my month. My month's all done. Get the page right. So I've got 2 little stars for my 2 little finishes. And that was it. That feels nice and quick, but I've recorded it in little bits, so it only says like 10 minutes on there, and I don't know how many of the bits I had recorded. So, but yeah, I'd like to think it was quite a quick one this time. So goals for next month. Obviously I've got my 3 main goals as always. So my Animal Kingdom, which is on my WIPGO board. So like I said, the goal for this month is 3,500, so it's a bit of a bigger goal. I have my next piece of my stocking to do, the next piece of the Christmas market to do, and where are we? And that's it for my main goals. Obviously I might get to work on the I might try and work on the Year in the Woods a little bit. Whether I finish it or not is another matter, but to get, you know, a decent chunk on it. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces still on here. No, 7 pieces still on here, sorry. So yeah, I'll have to obviously pick one of those this month. I don't know which one to pick in a minute. We've got the chessboard, we've got my Dimensions Max the cat, we've got the Bothy Threads Illusion, which is the chameleon, my Glitter Village Sal, my Woodland Sal, my map Sal, and then the Kingdom of Books piece. So yeah, so I don't know which one of those I pick. I'll probably have to do like a random number generator for that. But yeah, I need to make sure I pick at least one of those, and then I can get to my WIPopoly board again. I have spent a good chunk of this month thinking of my goals for next year. I think Jen inspired me a bit with that. Jen, the caffeinated crafter, she's kind of already started her next year plans. She kind of planned out for next year and was like, actually, I'm just going to start that now. So she already started. I don't think I'm going to start that right now. I think it's too much to try and set up now all at once. So, you know, we'll see. But as a sneak peek, my sneak peek, whatever you call it, next year I will be again using the inspiration from the lovely Jessie Marie, and I will be having a version of Milestone Manor. So she did start that for the start of this year, and I did look at it for the start of this year, but I couldn't get my head around how I would adapt it to make it work for me. Whereas now, after thinking about it for like 7 months, I've got it. I'm all there. I'm ready to go. So yeah, so I'm going to put my board together over the next few months and put all the little like rules and different bits together. So yeah, so my WIPopoly board will be getting semi-retired this year, and I will be trying for Milestone Manor next year. But yeah, so that'll be quite exciting to come. But yeah, that's it for my goals. Bit of a life update, health update. So I don't know if it's shown up on the video. This is not dirt. I have tried. I promise I've tried to clean myself. So I had surgery yesterday, and these are the remnants of the ECG pads that I will probably have this like sticky like black stuff for about, I don't know, 3 weeks or something. So I did try and peel it off, scrape it off, but I'm allergic to the adhesives and they kind of bind to my skin and then they don't really come off. But anyway, that's not the point. So yeah, I had surgery yesterday. For me it was a routine surgery. It's a surgery I have quite regularly. It was the most nervous I've been going in for surgery this time, because of what happened in September. And yeah, I was sort of the most scared that I've ever been, that it would happen again. But it didn't. It was, I felt like I was having to do a lot of advocating to be like, you know, I know it doesn't say on my paperwork that this was the allergy, but that's because you didn't test for the allergy. So, you know, can we just not give me that thing? You've never given me it before. I've never needed it before until that one day when you decided to ignore my instructions and give me that medication. And I would not, I don't want to have that again. Like, you don't need to give me it, don't give me it. Sort of thing. So luckily the 3 anaesthetists that I had in there with me, they all came around to see me. So I had sort of varying grades of like anaesthetist. So I had the senior consultant and then the two other anaesthetists. So yeah, so I had 3 anaesthetists in there with me, and I did go through it all with them, like step by step, like this is what will happen, this is what you need to do, this is when to give me this, you know, and if you feel that you need to give me this drug, actually you probably just need to do A, B and C instead, so please can we do that? No, like, yeah. So at the end of the day we were sort of an arm over which, you know, what we were still debating what to do when I was literally being wheeled into theatre, but in the end they decided to go with the lightest. They're like, we're going to give you the least amount of anaesthetic as we can get away with without, like, while still knocking you out, sort of a bit. So this surgery, it's not going to be dangerous if you wake up mid-surgery, so we'll give the least that we can and hopefully you'll be okay and that. So yeah, and I was okay. I didn't come round on the table, so which was good. But yeah, it's always strange. I always feel the most well rested after coming round from anaesthetic compared to when I wake up from like a normal sleep, despite the fact that anaesthetic doesn't actually like put you to like sleep, like sleepy sleep. So I'm like, why do I always feel like so much more awake when I come round than when I just wake up on like a random Thursday. But yes, it's always very strange. But no, I mean the staff were lovely. The majority of the staff were lovely that were there. Sort of listened to my concerns and kind of held me through it all. But yeah, a couple of the staff did remember me from before. And were like, oh, you're like, what happened last time? Because that wasn't very good. So you know, it was nice to be able to chat with them a bit more and have them know to look out for the certain things for me, which was really nice. I get like a little red line down there. But yeah, it all went well. Next one will be in about 6-ish months, as usual. Luckily, I suppose, because we had that delay, now my 6-monthly bit is going to be sort of about August-ish and then about kind of February-ish, which means it's not going to be at the same time as the March and September retreats, which was where it was before. It was kind of falling within days of those 2 retreats, whereas now at least we're a month shy, so hopefully we will be able to keep away from the retreats so that I'll have enough time to kind of recover in between them all now. So, you know, something good came out of it, obviously, at least. But yeah. So, apart from that, still getting on with my... I've got new blood pressure meds this time, and they seem to be working slightly better than all of the ones that I tried previous. I don't know why, I don't know what the difference is. But we also may have found the cause for the high blood pressure, which I have got an appointment with nephrology, which is kidneys, because what they think has happened, I had an ultrasound on my kidneys and to check the arteries and the veins going to the kidneys, and one of them, I don't know which one, they said it seems to be getting compressed, so the artery is being compressed by maybe another one of my organs near it, or a muscle or something, and because it's kind of being like squished, that's, my heart is having to pump harder to get the blood through the kind of collapsed artery or vein, whichever one, I can't remember, and that's what's causing the blood pressure to go up, is because of that. So I have no idea what the next steps would be. I don't know if we can move whatever's crushing the artery. I don't know. To have an appointment, I have a referral set, and they will book me an appointment in due course, whenever that will be. But yeah, so to try and work out obviously what we're going to do about that. I suppose at the end of the day it depends why it's being crushed, like what's crushing it or what's pushing it, I suppose. I don't know. Like I said, again, that's all the squishy bit. Like, I'm used to dealing with bones and joints and like the hard bits. When it comes to the squidgy bits, I'm like, I don't know how they work. I don't know. So yeah, but hopefully now we've found the cause at least. Now we can look at sort of treating it, which is nice because we've been almost 2 years. It'll be in October. It'll have been 2 years. Since this started, so you know, it's nice to at least have a bit of an answer, as opposed to before that the best answer my doctor had as to why my blood pressure was really high was, well, you are over 30 now. And I was like, I don't think being over 30 is, like, I don't think everybody over the age of 30 gets high blood pressure. Like, I don't think that's the reason. Like, but yes, at least we have a better answer than that. But yes, so this month I haven't got anything too exciting planned. No retreats. no retreats in September, so nothing this month. But yeah, like I said, hopefully I will be getting you know, a bit more stitchy time in this month. And my blood pressure's trying to settle a little bit. And yeah, and I will have to see you soon. So yes, so thank you for watching, if indeed you still are, and have a lovely August. Stay safe wherever you are. I know it being summer up in the Northern Hemisphere, there everything is on fire. And obviously coming into winter in the Southern Hemisphere, it's going to be getting colder. So, you know, stay safe, stay warm, stay cold, stay dry. And we'll see you all soon. So I love you lots.